Happy Friday, everyone. Today we are having a 3-hour focus session so that we can get some things done. I know what I'm going to be doing today. I have 3 tasks that I would like to accomplish in the 3 different 50-minute sprints that we're going to have today. I will be kicking off with planning for my upcoming week. And then my second task, I want to focus on some finances. And my third task, I would like to write a book review on The Lying Game by Ruth Ware, which my friend Alex and I had a live discussion last night about. So I'm trying to keep up with my book reviews for the current month and then going back to write the ones that I have been missing. So far this week, I've only gotten to 1 book review, and my goal is always to try to get to 3. So hopefully I could get to that one today and maybe get to one tomorrow. I don't know. I just got to see how the day rolls, I guess. But for anyone who is new to my channel, I'm Kat of Kat's Novel Adventures, and I do these focus sessions whenever I need some focus time and when my schedule allows it. And for anyone who's watching on replay, welcome as well. Let me know what you got up to during the replay. I always like to know how these focus sessions, as well as Saturday morning momentum, how that power hour helps you, just to see what people are doing during those increments of time. It's amazing to me how much you can get done when you set a timer and you get into like a deep focus mode. So my friend Jen popped in. She is currently running errands, but she said she's going to be back. Hopefully in a little bit on the second sprint, we'll get to see her. Kathy is here this morning. Good morning. Kristen is here. Good morning. Good morning, Kaylin. And Susie's here. Good morning. 4 p.m. Susie, where are you at that it's 4 p.m.? Are you across the pond in England? Let me know. And so good morning to Kathy, Jen, and Kristen. Em is here. Good morning, Em. So good to see you. And Kaylin said, what a great Friday with a bonus cat productivity sprint. Yeah, if I can fit them in on a Friday, it's good, to be able to have the focus time. I like Mondays too, but I don't generally do a Monday unless my friend Shannon is not sprinting, which she, is now back in school schedule with her, her youngest child. So yeah, I don't like to stream at the same time if I can help it. Then one of my friends are streaming because I'm actually using those focus sessions as well. So Kristen said, I'm hoping to get to chapter 10 of an ARC book that's coming out soon. Wonderful. Good morning, Matthew. Have my coffee and book ready. Need these sessions to get through this book. That's awesome. I actually started a new book. I started My Friends by Fredrik Backman. I don't know if anybody here has read that one. I'm reading it. It's going to be my last book, hopefully for August. I'm hoping that I can get it done by Monday. I'm reading it because for 2 reasons. One, I needed a translated work and a book that was translated. And I also want to try to attend the Albany Springfield Library's book club meeting at 10 o'clock on Monday morning. So I have 2 reasons for trying to read it. Also, it'd be nice to be able to read another book by Fredrik Backman. I've only read the one, and that was A Man Called Ove, which I don't know. I was kind of like not too sure about that one. Some parts of it liked, some not so much. I think it was expectation. It was what I expected going into it. And sometimes I think it's better not to have any expectations. Also, too, I do blame the way they kind of advertised the type of story. I thought it was going to be a little more humorous and not so like, crushing your heart kind of thing. But anyway, My Friends is starting off good. I'm liking the main character, Louisa, and we shall see how the rest of the book goes. Susie says, I'm hoping these focus sprints will help me start reading. I hope so. What are you trying to read? Oh, you're in the Netherlands. Wonderful. That is so wonderful. I'm so glad that you are going to hang out with us for a little bit, and hopefully we'll kickstart you reading. She must be in UK 6 hours ahead. Well, she's in the Netherlands. I know, that's awesome. I love that when we can reach out and touch friends from all around the world. And highs to Matthew and to M and to Kaylin. And oh, I was just looking at that book, My Friends in the Store. Heard that it's good. I've heard some good things about it as well. So I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy it. I did read the inside cover after I read, I think, 2 chapters, and just to kinda see where it was going, because the way it starts off in such a way you're like, "What's gonna happen with this girl?" kinda thing, but, I don't know, I think this one is gonna be different, and now that I know that Frederick Bachman, writes with themes that, you know, could really, like, emotionally impact you, like, to be expecting that, and that the humor is kinda wrapped up in that. So there's some heart, but there's also maybe some heartbreak in it. So that's how I'm gonna approach this one. And never read any Frederick Bachman, but have his book Uva on my shelf. Well, whenever you read it, you'll have to let me know how you feel about it. Like I said, sometimes books are, how they're presented, how they're little blurbs and stuff, like you're expecting one thing. Yeah, expectations that can lead to disappointments. I mean, we all have expectations, whether they're low, high, in the middle range, but that's the only way really you can be disappointed is if you have some kind of expectation about what the outcome is going to be. Kathy says going to be journaling this morning and planning series September reads, also reading Ode to the Half Broken by Suzanne Palmer. I'm also participating in series September. I have that on my to-do list. I've been up since 5:27. I got up 3 minutes before my alarm went off and have done a lot this morning already. I've gotten my exercise done. I've gotten my walk done. I have a load of laundry in, that I'm going to be checking on soon. It's already washed and is in the dryer. Just doing all the things this morning. But I made my to-do list before jumping on here, which always helps. And that's what I have on my list, is to start thinking about what I'm going to read and watch in September. I did not get a part in A Christmas Carol, which is totally fine. I am okay with that. When I did see the casting list, I noticed that the director ended up combining a lot of roles. Now, I knew going into the audition that if I did get chosen for Mrs. Nesbit, I could also be a Londoner. So I knew that it would be like a dual role kind of thing. Well, when I saw the casting list, the actress Kaylin, who got it, which I know her, she's a talented theater teacher in the Tangipahoa public school system. Very wonderful actress. I've seen her perform several times, and she is going to have 4 roles. She's going to be Emily Cratchit, Mrs. Fezziwig, Mrs. Nesbit, and a Londoner. And I noticed that there were several actors that have anywhere from 2 to 4 roles that they have to, do. And so I'm like, phew, because I could not handle that. I'm just gonna say I'm not that advanced of an actor that I could pull all that off and have all those lines. I picked Mrs. Nesbit because she didn't have a huge scene. I was more excited about the Londoner part, like going around and singing the Christmas carols and all that kind of stuff. But it is what it is, and I'm okay with that. I auditioned, and that is what I wanted to do. Being in a theater production was not on my 26 for 2026 list, was not on my radar at all. I didn't even know what was going on with it until the summer when I was invited to the workshop. So anyway, now I have all my time back. Mentally I had given my time away, but now I'm gonna have it back. So I've got a plan for September, the reading, the writing, and all that stuff. So I didn't mean to get all that long-winded. Susie said My Friends was great. M said, I'll be reading this morning. I did a bunch of chores and time for reward. I love that. I think Frederick is always out to break your heart. I kind of have a feeling with that too. I did not, um, I don't know. I didn't have the same reaction to A Man Called Uva that other people did. I teared up a little bit and I felt bad, but like there was like no like heavy sobbing or anything like that. And I think now that I kind of know, I'll have to give it time and space and maybe go back and reread it in a few years. And good morning to you, Kaylin from Kathy. I'm glad you're okay with not getting apart, but still, you would be great in it. I appreciate that. But like I said, I went in, if I got it, great. I knew what I was going to be doing with my evenings for the next 2.5 months. If I didn't get it, guess what? I was just going to be immersed in the fall season, which I love. It's my favorite season of the year, the spooky time. I'm involved with Halloween-a-thon. So it's not that I would be not having something to do, because I was a little worried that how am I going to balance everything with, having a part and having 2.5 months devoted to that. So I don't know. Everything works out the way it's supposed to work out. That's what I believe. Yes, her name is Kaylin, but she does not spell it the same way that you do. I think she spells it Kaylin. I don't hear my name every day. And I haven't read Frederick Bachman yet either. Just be prepared if you do. And Blessing in Disguise, 4 parts. I know. And if you remember, I mentioned that I had read for Mrs. Nesbit, and then I went back and I read for Emily Cratchit. And the part that I read with Emily Cratchit was just a small amount. I'm really kind of surprised that they didn't pair, like Emily Cratchit could have just been her own person, because she has like a pretty significant amount of scenes, so I was kind of surprised by that. I could kind of see them doing Mrs. Nesbit and a Londoner, and then Miss Fezziwig or whatever her name was and a Londoner. But I was really kind of surprised by that. Or if they even put Emily and herself being a Londoner, I could see, pairing that. But yeah, that would have freaked me out. So I trust the director. He's awesome. So he made the right decision. That's all I can say. And I will be going to see the play. So I'm excited about that as well. And wow, that's a lot of roles in the production. Blessing in disguise. Yes. You're a busy woman and you do it all with grace. Well, thank you, Em. I appreciate that. And yeah, someone hogging all the parts. No, they've done that before. I've seen that done before when they did Puffs. People had multiple roles. And also when they did Graveyard Girls, which was a younger cast, it was 18 and younger, they had multiple roles. I don't know if it's because they don't feel like the roles are large enough, or if maybe it saves on space or the number of cast members. I don't know. I don't know. I would, I guess, have to ask that question, out of curiosity, and probably easier somehow to combine them. Yeah. That's what I have to say. It's probably easier in some way to do that. And maybe as far as like how the costumes and all that goes, you could change a person up by just adding something and then taking it away or putting a hat or something to do it. Well, however they do it very well. Because, like I said, this is not the first production that they've done that. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started with our first session. So everybody get yourselves ready to go. Let me share our screen and make sure it is visible before I actually start it. Okay, there we are. So first session, let me get our banner up, our first focus sprint, I should say. We're in a session. Okay, so there you go. Good luck, everyone. Hello and welcome back. How did everybody do during that first sprint? I got a lot done. I planned my week. I mean, I do have some empty spaces, and that's where I'm going to put in certain things I'd like to work on for my 26 for 2026 list. But it's going to depend on the day, what I choose to do on that day. So I got that done. I also folded and put away laundry, and now I'm trying to pick my exercise workout for the next month. So that's what I'm trying to do. I really would like to not include cardio in the workout. I'm just looking more for like strength training. So I love the Kelsey Heenan one. I've done it for 3 weeks, 3 rounds this month, but I think I'm going to take a break and I might do her 10-minute focus where, it'll be 7 days a week, but it'll be 10 minutes. And I might try to do my run walk program that just for myself, to get myself to add some running intervals into my walk a couple of days a week. So that's what I got up to during that time. So I hope everybody got a good amount of stuff done, reading, whatever you were planning to do, errands, all of that stuff. So Tina popped in and said, good morning. I'll be working on some morning tasks. So I wished her a good morning. Naomi also came in. She's going to be working on reading this book, Made Me Think of You and Whistler. Very nice. Good to see you. Travis also popped in. He is running some errands today. So he wanted to wish us, a wonderful day. Good to see him as always. And then Jen came back. She was very productive for Sprint 1, went to her wax appointment, did her Amazon returns, went to the butcher, going to spend Sprint 2 meal prepping, freezer meals for back to work meals. Awesome. Very good. And Andy saying, hello, Andy. And Kathy wrote in her mom journal that Sprint and had a nice phone chat with her son. Excellent. Yeah, I also had to text Andrew because I wanted to make sure he was still serving at Mass on Sunday at St. James in Baton Rouge. That's the church that he attends. I told him the next time he was serving the Mass that I would go if I did not have any plans, and I don't. So anyway, I'm going to go meet up with him on Sunday early in the morning, and then we're going to go have breakfast after. So I had to make sure that that was still a go. The other thing I need to also check about is that now that I'm not going to be in the play, A Christmas Carol, I want to look into Jen's course, her literature course that she is going to be doing for adults on Substack. So I have to go back and relook at all of those materials because if I'm not mistaken, that starts on Monday. But I was waiting to see what the results were going to be for that because I have been asking Jen if she was ever going to do an adult course for the longest time because her classes for high school students sounds amazing. So I'm just very, very excited about the possibility of being able to do that. But I got to find out if it's like a set course schedule. If you miss a video, can you still watch it? I need to do that too. I need to research that as well. So Matthew made it to page 252 of 462 in his book. Excellent. Hello and happy Friday, Cameron. Cameron, I have you on my to-do list, my friend. I have on here, you're part of my September plans. I need to text you about Carrie, to figure out. Think about if you want to read Carrie in September or if you want to read Carrie in October. Do that. Think about which one you would prefer to do so that we can get that scheduled and we can decide if we're going to read Carrie and watch Carrie and how our discussion's going to be. So I'm excited. And for anybody that doesn't know, Carrie with Sissy Spacek, 50 years this year. 50 years. It made 50. It's making 50. So the Columbia Theater is also having a movie of that at the theater, which I'm excited because I never did get to see Carrie in the theater. I've only seen it on television. So Naomi said, this sprint, I read some of this book, made me think of you and played some Harvest Moon, getting ready to go to the lake soon. That sounds wonderful. And to Jen, the freezer meals are such a good idea. I agree, Kathy. And the way she does it is she, gets all her ingredients and everything prepped, which I think is amazing for her. I'm excited for Jen because Jen gets to go back to school this year without having her own coursework on top of her teaching, responsibilities. Very excited for her. Good morning, Blake. I'm working through my to-do list. I had a late night at my author event last night, so I'm just getting started. Excellent. I hope it was very successful. I also made a comment on your Goodreads because I noticed that you had finished the Hillier book. I did not realize it was the second book in a series, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get the first one. I had no idea. I got it through Book of the Month, and I don't remember Book of the Month saying it was like a sequel or anything. So does it just take place in the same world? If I didn't read the first book, would it matter? Let me know. Susie ordered pizza, updated her device, played some games, and only listened to my audiobook for about 3 minutes. And Tina completed her morning task. Very nice. And M said, I read a bit from A Grandmother Begins the Story. It's a great read, so I'm happy I'm taking more time with it. Yes, very, very nice. And then hello to Travis. And Agatha, thank you. Hey, can I get some hearts for you this morning? Look at that. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet of you. I appreciate it, Agatha. So nice of you. That is a happiness boost. Thank you. Kaylin says, I'm planning to go to McKay's Big Used Bookstore tomorrow. So I'm making a list of creepy middle grade-ish books to look for. Excellent. Fun to go shopping. I'm wondering if I can convince Andrew to go to Barnes and Nobles after breakfast if they're open on Sunday. He lives right near a Barnes and Nobles, and I don't think they're having a sale of any kind, but I like to go look. They have some beautiful books in there. And Agatha said, I read Whistler last week. It's great. I'm thinking of John Grisham, but I know it's not John Grisham. I know it's Ann Patchett, isn't it? And super fan Agatha, I know. Can you believe that? That is amazing. And oh no, what happened with the play? Oh, I didn't get a role, Jen. I did not get it. And I explained to everybody earlier, it's a blessing in disguise because when the cast list came out, I went for Mrs. Nesbit knowing that I would possibly be a Londoner too. So Ms. Nesbit, and then I would have, Londoner parts where we were singing Christmas carols and that kind of stuff throughout the play. Well, they quadrupled the parts. So my friend Kaylin, she is a fantastic actress. So I'm very, very happy that she was the one that got the part. But she actually, that one part is 4 parts now. She is Emily Cratchit, Mrs. Fezziwig, Mrs. Nesbit, and she's a Londoner. And she's not the only one that has multiple roles. There are several, people that have multiple roles. So yeah, I am okay though. I am okay because when I auditioned, I wasn't anticipating to be in a play this year. So like I told everybody else, that just means the next 2.5 months, I will just be doing all kinds of other things. And, it's the spooky season. It's fall. It's my favorite time of year. So I was kind of a little, nervous about how am I going to balance everything that I'm involved in the fall with having that commitment in the evenings and then on top of everything else that you have to do in life. So yeah, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. It would have been fun to do, but I'm okay that I'm not doing it because I really would not have wanted to have 4 different roles in the same play. I could not have done that. I would have been stressed out about having to do that. And that's cool, Kat. Thank you. And Cameron, I was watching a book shopping vlog of yours today. Yeah, he gets the best books. Andy said, I've got to hop off, but have a great stream. Bye, Andy. Good to see you. Have a good weekend. And yes, it's going to be a relief. And yes, I have a bunch of freezer meals prepped to just throw in the Instapot. Great for long days. I agree. Kaylin is debating on whether to get another Starbucks iced pumpkin spice latte. And Heart of Glass was 5 stars. It's a standalone that takes place just in the same world as Wonderland. Good to know. Okay. Well, maybe that's why they didn't post anything about it. So I can always go back and read the first one. I'm so glad I asked. I'm glad I saw that. Let's do October for Carrie. Okay, good. I was hoping you were going to say that because I'm going to be reading a lot of series in September. So that is perfect. Perfect, perfect. And did the guy that jumped your line get a part? I'm curious. I don't know. I really don't know because I didn't know what his name was. Um, I'd have to go look at the list, but I do know that Jeff Polito, who was with our group, because it was 2 other guys, Jeff Polito, he's also a wonderful actor and he's a wonderful director. He's the one that directed Little Shop of Horrors last year for the Columbia. He was Kendall in our scene that we performed. He did not get Scrooge. He was really hoping to get Scrooge, but he didn't. Another guy, another actor, Michael, got it, which he's a wonderful actor as well. But Jeff has multiple roles, and I think Kendall might be one of his. So I need to go look and see who got Edward and see if I recognize the name. And if I do recognize the name as being another actor, then I know he didn't get it. But if not, I guess I'll see whenever the play happens. But yeah, it'd be interesting. He did jump my line. Please mention the class you were talking about a minute ago. I was multitasking and missed the essentials, a class with Jen. Yes, I apologize that I don't know the exact name of it, Agatha. Are you on my Discord? If you're on my Discord, I'll put the information in there. Or on this next sprint, I'll put the information because I'm sure I can link to Jen's Substack and put it in there. That's what I'll do. I'll look it up because I need to look up the information anyway. And wow. Hello, Chris. I'm currently reading the history of folk music. It's from the University of North Carolina, California Press. And you should jinx the casting director with an occasional bit of coffee for not casting. No, I would never do that to Jim. Jim is a wonderful director. He's the artistic director for the Columbia Theater. And he gave me an opportunity to be in the house on Haunted Hill, which I'll always be happy about that. He reaches out to me to do dinner theater there. Jim knows what he's doing. So maybe Jim also knew that he was going to be doing an actor doing multiple parts. And he just knows. I mean, Kaylin is a fantastic actress. I've seen her in a number of performances. So yeah, I'm very happy. It all works out. It all works out. Believe me, I am okay. You know, this was one of those things. They had parts, very few parts for people my age. So I was like, I haven't auditioned in a while. Let me go ahead and do it. If I get it, amazing. If I don't get it, amazing, because that means I don't have to rearrange my whole entire life for 2.5 months. So yeah. I will do that, Agatha. I will get that information to you. Okay, so I know we talked a little more than 5 minutes. I hope y'all are okay with that. I really try not to talk super a lot, but as you know, I love talking to y'all. So this is going to be our second focus sprint. Let me get our kitty cat up and running. I am going to take care of that for Agatha. And then I'm going to work on some financial tasks for me. So let me get our kitty cat up because I do need to get that done. Okay, so have a wonderful sprint, everybody. Get what you need to get done. Focus. I have my volume so loud. Oh, that scared me. Let's see if I can turn that down a little bit. Okay, how did everybody do on their second focus sprint? It took me forever to try to get the link for Agatha for Jen's Substack because for whatever reason, I cannot sign in on my phone to Substack. It will not let me do it. And then I didn't write down my password. So I have to figure out what I did with my password. I might have taken a screenshot of it or whatever. I don't know, but it's not like it tells you that it's going to send you the code. Well, it never did send the code. So I had to go to Jen's Discord, copy the link. Hopefully it works for you, Agatha. I hope so. And I don't know if it's just that the times that I've been on Substack have been more on my laptop. I don't know. I've got to figure that out. But I am subscribed to people's Substacks. I'm subscribed to a couple of people's Substacks, and they're on my Hotmail account. So I don't know. I can't figure it out. So hopefully it works. But once I got the link copied and put in there, then I worked on my financial tasks and I did what I needed to do for today. So I'm all good with that. So Josie popped in, joining late, a lot to do this morning, went to the store and the lights were out, still shop, but had to go to another store, making my bed and doing some laundry. Wonderful. This is Jen's Substack course that she is going to be starting on the 31st, which is Monday. And she does have some preliminary materials and all that you can look at. And I know that I've gone to Jen's Substack because I printed the movie list. So I don't know. I don't know if there's just an error. Maybe I need to restart my phone. Maybe Substack needs to be updated on the phone. I don't know, but I'll figure it out this weekend for sure. Alicia popped in. Happy Friday. Just joining, finishing up writing sprints with Kelly. Also planning for September things. Excellent. And M said 0 reading this time around, all mom stuff, but I'm getting things done. Yeah, and that's what's important. As long as you're getting, like, you're feeling productive, that's where you got to give yourself some grace, M. And Pete ate my pizza and watched half of an episode of Criminal Minds. I love Criminal Minds, although it does tend to give me nightmares if I watch too many in a row. More writing done in Mom Journal. That sprint. Way to go. Way to go, Kathy. Well, you are quite welcome, Agatha. Hopefully it works and you can peruse everything. She is a wonderful writer and she writes on all kinds of topics, but I think this course is going to be interesting. It's got Gothic vibes and everything to it. Tina updated her journal and started to plan her September budget. Excellent. Chris said, I am enjoying learning about Southern folk music. So nice to experience something outside of my music interests. That is fun. Because then you surprise yourself if you really enjoy it more than you thought. Jen prepped 3 meals and she's working on cutting up all the chicken for approximately 3 more, but I hate handling chicken. I'm so grossed out by it. Yeah, I don't blame you. I saw this recipe on Facebook it was a Facebook reel and it had to do with chicken and he had cubed all the chicken and I'm just thinking to myself, I don't know if I want to have to handle the chicken and like cut it and everything. Maybes. Uh-oh, I went off. I don't know it doesn't show that my internet is, I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, sorry, I glitched. But I feel the same way, Jen, because the recipe after it was cooked and everything looked delicious. And then Lauren's here. Happy TGIF. How is everyone doing? I'm working for Macomb and hanging out with you on your sprint. Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. It's the weekend. Hello, Stormy. Just popping in and hit the like button. I appreciate that. Thank you. And thanks for popping in. Chris said, I also boiled water for 10 to 15 minutes, but forgot something. The water. I am a menace in the kitchen. Alicia said, I got my to-do list written and did some dishes, need to figure things out for son's birthday and reading my nonfiction. We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rogers. Wonderful. And Matthew ate some very spicy noodles, and now my mouth is on fire. I'm sure your nasal cavity is cleared out too, because that's generally what happens to me with spicy. It's like, okay, I don't have any more sinus issues. And Lauren says, I am voice texting and I have a cold, so I'm working from home. It's is what it was supposed to say. Oh, I was like Macomb. I was like, there is a Macomb, Mississippi. So I just thought, well, maybe you're in that neck of the area working. And how I've brewed coffee so many times without the grounds. I get it. I've actually washed clothes without the clothes in it twice. I've done that in my life. And the first time it happened, I looked at the pile. I had brought them and put them on the floor in the hall to remind myself. And obviously, I go in there and I'm like, I didn't realize I had to. This was years ago, too. So I can't even blame it on like being in my 50s. And I'm like, I didn't realize I had a second load of laundry. So I go out to like transfer clothes and realize, no, those were the clothes that had to go in originally. I just said my sinuses are cleared out. I know, because that's usually what happens to me when I eat spicy food. And then Agatha's planning to read chapter 13 of 100 in my chapter day through Trollops The Way We Live Now. I hope you're enjoying it. I love that book. And it's a buddy read. And that is funny, washing without your clothes in it. Yes, I have actually done that, but twice. Once when we lived in our old house, when we lived on the South Shore. That was 27 years ago, 28 years ago, whenever it happened, because we've been in our house for 27 years here on the North Shore. So that was a long time ago. And I did it one time here. And I'm like, and it surprises me. I'm just like, what happened to my clothes? You know, you were just cleaning the washing machine. Yes, yes. Because sometimes I do need to do that after I wash the dog's sheets or the sofa covers or the sheets that we put over the sofa covers. Whenever, like, I try to shake out as much of their fur as I can, and then I wash, but then it's in the washing machine. So then I have to wash it to get all of that out. So, and I mean, there are tablets and stuff you can put in your washing machine to clean your washing machine. So it's not totally crazy, but when you're expecting to actually wash clothes, that's when the crazy part happens. But anyway, so we are on our final sprint. We're going to be on focus sprint number 3. So let's go ahead and get our banner up. I mean, our banner is up. Let me get the clock up. I'm thinking about a million things right now. All these things I'm trying to get done. Okay, so I'll just show this. This is what happens when you have to be the technical director and the talent at the same time. You have to be able to talk, walk, and chew gum all at once. That's what happens. Okay, this is our last one. Make it count, guys. Happy sprinting. Hello and welcome back. How did everybody do that last sprint? I am in the middle of writing my book review for The Lying Game. It's very hard to write a review about a mystery thriller because you're trying not to give anything away. So I'm like trying to be very careful about how much information I give to make it still like seem like it's interesting enough to read, but without like spoiling anything. Because this is a very twisty, turny type of novel, very atmospheric, and I enjoyed it. Some of our friends last night, it just like it made them mad reading it, and while we were discussing it, like in a lighthearted way, though. But anyway, so that is what I'm in the middle of doing. So I didn't quite finish. I have probably, I would say, if I finish that paragraph, maybe one more little paragraph to add in it. So Susan popped in. Good morning, Susan. And Tina said I set up my budget for September and made an online order. Excellent. Very busy. And Jen did a total of 5 meals. I wanted to do at least 2 more chicken dishes, but I don't have the bandwidth to cut more chicken. Tomorrow is another day. That's right. But I mean, you got a lot done. I mean, 5 meals, that's wonderful. And Matthew made it to 300 of 462. Not too bad. I mean, is your goal to try to finish this book by the weekend, by the end of the weekend? Because if so, I think we're doing pretty well. I mean, that's 162 pages left. Susie finished her episode of Criminal Minds, talked to her parents, and then started up a new episode of Criminal Minds because it's so good and I just don't feel like reading it. And I guess that's okay. I guess it is. I mean, you did want to get some, jump back into the reading, but you know what? I mean, it's how you want to spend your quality time. And if you want to watch episodes of Criminal Minds, I don't think anything's wrong with that. I always kind of think to myself, your ways of entertaining and relaxing and all that. I mean, it's really yours. I mean, unless you are having to do it for your job per se. I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with that. The fact that you have that variety and you can pick and choose is wonderful, in my opinion. And yes, just trying to finish by the end of the month. Okay, yeah, that's how I am with my friends. I hope I'm gonna be able to, because it is. I mean, it's not the biggest book in the world, but it's substantial. And with the weekend, my husband and I are going to do things. I have one more movie to watch for Jen's October Film Fest, and that's the Hell House LLC, the Lineage one. I mean, I'll be finished with that. I've had the best time with that franchise because I didn't know anything about it until Jen decided to do this film fest. So it's been nice. Sounds good, Kat. I'm just working and my mom came to visit. I'm not doing a whole lot of work right now. And yes, because those meals will last multiple days each. Yes, that's the great thing too. It's not like if you just put, the ingredients together, all the stuff that you prep, that it's only going to count for one meal. It's going to count for multiple meals. So if you think about how many meals you can get out of it, I mean, that's a lot of meals. And I have only watched the first LLC movie. Maybe I'll watch more during Halloween season. I actually, so many people were saying that, like the first one was good and the other ones were not as great. But I'll be honest with you, and my husband and I are on the same page with this. The first one is good. I thought all of them were good that I have watched so far because they are just creepy, very atmospheric, creepy. They have clowns in it, which creeps me out. And the clown's very, I don't know, very off-putting. And the backstory is interesting. Now, I will tell you that after watching the fourth one, like I had to really kind of rethink my ratings because my husband and I really enjoyed the fourth one the most. I mean, I like the first one because it sets everything up. I like the characters, it's your introduction to what's going on. But the fourth one, there, I mean, I still think about some of the scenes in the fourth one, and I'm like, that's just freaky to me. So I don't know. I don't know if everybody feels the same, but my husband and I are on the same page with that. So I'm curious to see how the franchise is going to end. But I do. I encourage you to watch them and, judge for yourself. And you'll have to tell me like what your ranking order is whenever you watch all of them, because I can tell you what my ranking order. Right now, my order is 4, 1, 2, and then 3. I think that's my order. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with 5. Alicia said, I ate my lunch cheeseburger and worked on my spreadsheet. Wonderful. I am doing the 25 square bingo for Halloween-a-thon, so going to need to watch quite a few things. Well, I will be watching, I'm going to be doing a list of films in ABC order. So I have to pick one film for each letter of the alphabet. Kelsey sent me what she is watching because we might try to do a live stream where we talk about some of the movies like we've done in the past. And so I want to look at her list and see which ones can fit for what I'm watching. And I already have like a couple of movies on there. So yeah, I'm excited because I had so much fun. I've had so much fun doing my ABC adventures. And Halloween-a-thon, yay! Yeah, it's so much fun. It really is a lot of fun, I will say. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your day, your evening. If you need another focus sprint, tomorrow I'll be hosting Saturday Morning Momentum at 8 a.m. Central Time. Within that 2-hour live stream, we have a 1-hour power hour. So if anybody needs an extra hour, even if you just want to come and read or, you want to plan whatever it is that you want to do, it's totally up to you how you want to spend your time. But that will be tomorrow if anybody's interested in doing that. And then, of course, I'll be back next week. I have put on my planner for next week to have another focus session on Friday. So if y'all want to plan for that, then I will be here for that as well. But again, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. If I don't see you tomorrow morning, have a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody who's trying to complete things for the end of the month, you get that done. I know that's important for everybody. And again, thank you for being here. And thanks again, Agatha, for the wonderful super chat. I appreciate that very much. So thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Jen. I got so much done. Have a great weekend all. See you tomorrow also, Susie. Have a great rest of your Friday. Same to you, Kaylin. I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you so much, Alicia, for being here. See you in the morning as well. And I should be able to join at least part of Saturday Morning Momentum. Yay! And thank you, Tina, for being here as well. So I will see everybody soon. Bye.